Hello everyone, this is the V-Man and welcome, thanks for joining. We are back on the Lago Maggiore, but this time in Group 4 cars, and I think this is the first time I am using Group 4 cars on this track. I was able to set good qualification lap time pretty quickly, so I will show you a couple of races, 3 of them in particular, but first let's relax with the music. I'm really satisfied when I set a good qualification lap time fast. It means that I have more time to race, I have more time to build my experience. So from 5 or 6 hours of practicing session, I went down to only 20 minutes, 30 minutes of practice. So as I was saying, I'm really satisfied with that. Because I've set a pretty decent qualification lap time at the moment, I was hoping to start from either lower positions in good lobbies or from higher positions in average lobbies. And this first race is, I think it's a good lobby. I started 8th here and I was hoping for a good result, of course. Because I was practicing only for half an hour, I was afraid that my pace will not be that good, that I will be slow and making mistakes a lot, but this first race proved me wrong. So I think I'm becoming better and better. I was saying that a couple of times before, but I think that I'm coming close there, you know, to have my pace, my consistency, and to gradually work my way towards the A+ rating and at the end SDR, S driver rating. So as you can see, I'm immediately under attack by a Spanish guy who was behind me, and they started to push each other, and that's the moment when I build a small gap. And now instead of the Spanish guy behind me, we have an Italian guy behind me, and things settled down a bit until the end of the first lap, where I went a bit off the track. I had to lift off here, so that was the moment when the Italian guy was coming close really fast. So going into the second lap, now I need to defend my position. He's very close here, and I was afraid that he's going to push me off the track, because every time when I'm racing against either Italian guy or Spanish guy, they tend to push me off the track or to be way too aggressive, just like at this moment. You can see this, but okay, I left the door wide open, so he took advantage of that. I'm not saying that all Italian and Spanish guys are dirty drivers and way too aggressive, but most of them are, so we need to be extra careful when we are driving against those guys. As you can see here, Spanish guy went in front of me. I am side by side with the Italian guy. I have better position here because I had inner line. So I am on a 9th position. I lost only 1, but so far so good. As you can see, the game puts me into the 10th place by strength, by points, so everything above that will be good result. Over the long straight here, downhill now, driving a bit defensively because Italian guy is really close. Everything went well, so far so good. Chasing Spanish guy, using his slipstream, that will help me to defend my position. I started racing with 43,000 points, and I think I finished with 45.5, something like that. So as I said already, I'm really pleased because now I can drive consistently. I can set my qualification lap time pretty fast, so that leaves me a lot of time to compete, to race, to build up my experience. So this is what is needed to achieve those goals I'm chasing. And for those who don't know what my goals are, I'm chasing the S driver rating, and also I'm chasing best lap time, which will be among top 10 times on any track. And you can see here, Italian guy muscles his way through. I was a bit annoyed and I went way too deep here over the boundaries of the track, and I was awarded with 0.5 second penalty. and because that happened just before the penalty serving spot, I didn't serve my penalty, so 1 second will be added on my time on the end of the race. So I was able to keep the Spanish guy behind me so far, but I made a silly mistake, so I was punished. And going through the twisty section, just a couple of corners until the end of the race, a bit of moment here, I almost spun out. And I came really close to the Spanish and the Swiss guy on the inside. I was very careful here not to push the Spanish guy off the track, and of course now another Spanish guy took the advantage of that, and I was a bit too aggressive here, I admit, but I was careful not to push him off the track, so I was careful enough, but I knew that I will be added 1 second penalty, so I finished on a 10th place. The important thing is that I didn't lose any points, so good result overall, and let's go into the next race. Relaxing with a song again. Okay, now I'm on my operating temperature. Now I can compete. I will try to be fast, to be aggressive but clean, to maybe do some overtaking. You know, that's the whole point of racing. Race started. I started 6th here. This is the Peugeot RCZ front wheel drive car. You already know I don't really like front wheel drive cars, but it seems that this is the best car for this track. We also had Red Bull Ring, I think, last week, and Peugeot RCZ was dominating that track also. So now I got used to this car because I was competing on a Red Bull too. You can see that video. So I know now how to drive this car. You know, you need to be very clinical with the throttle, especially exiting the corner. If you go full throttle too early, the car will start to spin tires and you will have massive understeer. So you need to be very careful exiting corners. I caught up with the Spanish guy in front of me. This is the 2nd lap. I was late on the brakes. I spooked him. He went a bit wide. He probably thought that I will push him off the track, but luckily that didn't happen. So I went on the inside, but I had a bad line going to this twisty section. So he is once again in front of me, and I'm back on my 6th position. Another Spanish guy is now behind me, looking for his opportunity. We are going over the long straight. Slipstream is doing its thing. I will drive defensively here just in case. On the brakes. So far so good. First 6 and 7 guys are in 2 seconds, I think, so really close racing. Waiting for mistake. One guy in front of us has a penalty. So as I was saying, we are all close, so maybe we will have our chance to overtake or to improve our positions. Spanish guy pushed one guy off the track. And I went 1 position up, so I'm now on a 5th position, and we are going into the 3rd and the final lap of this 2nd race. We are all very close. Everything can happen from this point on. As I was saying, one guy in front of me has a penalty. He's going to serve that in just a couple of seconds. So first 5 guys in just 1.5 seconds. That's really close racing. I was close enough to improve 1 more position, so 4th place for now. Spanish guy now will probably try to come close and to build his position to launch attack, and I must try to defend my position. So on this race, as you can see at this moment, game puts me onto the 12th position by strength, so I will gain a lot of points if I manage to finish race on this position. Very good race, so far so good. I just need to defend myself a couple of corners until the end of the race. So 12th position by strength, 3rd position on grid. As I said, I will have a lot of points from this race. I'm just hoping that everything will go as planned until the end of the race. Spanish guy is really close behind me. I was under the pressure. Last corner of the race, I braked a bit early, but I was covering the inside. I was going all the way over the curb, and luckily Spanish guy has a penalty, so I will finish on a 3rd position. So that is really good result, and I'm very satisfied with that. I checked online, I think I gained 1000 points from this race only. So let's go into the 3rd and the final race of this video. On this race I will start on 6th position once again, and let's see what can I do on this last race. I'm still chasing A+ rating, trying to recover it, because I was A+ rated driver 2 months ago, and slowly but surely I'm coming back to that rating. Spanish guy was really close, but I had good exit here, so I'm safe for now. He's 0.3 seconds behind me. So far so good, I'm managing to keep him behind me. Through the twisty section, very tricky. I went a bit wide. Look how close the Spanish guy is here, but they started to push each other. Spanish guy pushed his fellow countryman. And I was building a small gap here, but still I'm driving defensively, as you can see. On the brakes, and now all chaos braked loose behind me. Guys started to push each other. One guy went off the track, so this is the moment when things settled down a bit. I built a gap, a healthy gap, and in front of me was a couple of guys, or 5 guys. They were 2.2 seconds ahead, but the Hungarian guy served his penalty, so I was coming close really fast. And I wasn't close enough to do anything more than just to put pressure on him. But still, there in the distance we have one guy who has 0.5 second penalty. And this is the 3rd and a final lap. So he will not serve his penalty because we already passed presently serving spot. So he will be added 1 second on the time at the end of the race. So I came really close to the Hungarian guy here. I was looking on the inside, but he was driving defensively. And in front of us, in front of myself and the Hungarian guy, you can see how close those guys are, and they are fighting, as I can see, battling. And as always, when you battle on the track, you will lose time. So I am coming close, you know, inch by inch. Can I maybe jump in front of that guy with the penalty? I don't know, we will see. Just one more corner until the end of the race. Using slipstream of a Hungarian guy. Yes, I jumped one position up, so I finished this third and a final race of this video on a 5th position. So these were the 3 races I did, and those are the only races I was able to do this week, so I'm showing them to you. So as I was saying, slowly but surely I'm coming close to the A+ rating, so I'm trying, I'm doing my best. And that was it for today. If you like this video, click the like button. If you would like to watch or to listen some more, do subscribe, turn on notifications on. I will try to upload 3 videos per week, that's the plan at least. You can check out my Facebook page, the link is in the description. So thanks for watching, see you next time, the V-Man is out.